And we're back with another showcase. This time we're going to showcase another game. These 2 week games that we're showcasing are games that I won. A game, as you saw last week with the Homeworld, was a game that I didn't think I'd ever do. This is a game that my partner bought for me, and I think it's just a really fun game, and generally a really fun concept for a city builder. We're going to load up my save that I've got for this particular city. I haven't done anything on this map yet. I just set the map up. And we're going to have a little bit of, we're going to showcase a little bit of worshippers of Cthulhu, because we should all worship the great Cthulhu for as long as they sleep, we get to live.
So true, so very true.
Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to find which island is my island. Oh, this is my island to start with. Oh, this is going to be this is a fun map. Okay. Builder's shack. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to need to harvest some wood. This is my main storage. This is my main place where... This is my Eldritch Favour. I unlock that, which is the Eldritch Sacrifice, the offer a sacrifice.
You offer a sacrifice.
I need wood first. Unfortunately, the first few minutes of this game generally revolve around you just clicking. Okay, we're going to build a shack first, because if we don't build a shack, we're not going to get anything else built.
No.
Okay. Build that there. Okay, we're going to build that there. So, this island I'm going to have to be a bit more creative than I normally am, so...
It's unfortunate, really.
I know, it's the one thing I'm bad at.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll get there in the end.
Building materials. So we need a lumberjack, and then we need a lumber mill. But then later down the line, we're going to need to unlock the forester, the guy that will plant trees back, basically. As you can see, there's a lot. It is a city builder with a twist on the fact that you are worshipping Cthulhu rather than, you know.
Trying to stop them.
Yeah. We're following Cthulhu, but let's go have a look at one of the other islands and we'll see who our enemy is. If it's the same enemy on this map as it was on the other one. Oh no, they are blue this time. Which means they follow a different one of the old ones. Can you guess who they follow?
Zarkothov.
So, no. I can't say the name. Oh no, these ones follow.
Say the name.
These ones follow the other one. Their lovely enemy in yellow. Can you guess who they follow, Jax?
Clifford, the big yellow bastard.
No, Jax. No.
Oh.
They follow.
It's normally Clifford, the big yellow bastard.
They follow the one, the only, Hasta. Okay, so these guys. So we've got blue guys following Shub, and we've got the yellow guys that are following the King in Yellow. Great. And we need to get that building later. We'll get that later. But first things first. I need to go back to my main
Second thing second.
my main island in a minute and pick up more, destroy more buildings. Yeah, the start of this game, I'm not entirely 100% of a fan of the collecting this bit. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Of that side of the game where you... Okay, we're going to not build that there. We've got a very small island in this map, it seems. It's not as robust as the island in the first map. So we're gonna move that building. But yeah, you got your part. We've got. Oh yeah, and this. So he wants to be a sheep farmer. Well, she wants to be a sheep farmer. She wants to work in a corn plantation. This person wants to be a corn cooker.
Just so they can have any sacrifices.
So this
That's
is
the only reason to become a sheep farmer in Cthulhu land.
so we're going to build this here. So we need to put someone in here. Do we have anyone that wants to be a woodcutter? We do. So basically, if we put people that want to work in this job in here, they make the building run quicker. Because it's slow, basically, because they don't want to work here. If they wanted to work here, they increase the zeal. So increasing the zeal increases like the speed a building works. Since I can't build sheep farms yet, I'm too low tier, I'll put the sheep farmers in there. And what we are going to do is build another house.
The moose.
Yeah. And once the altar is built, we're going to begin a ritual. So, the first ritual is the easiest one to do. You just add wood, which is this. Creates Gent 12 Eldritch Favour. We can sacrifice someone as well to it if we wanted. For example, this guy.
Sacrifice.
That's what I'm doing. See, I can also
Best
click this
option.
button here because we're playing thingy. Which basically it means that Cthulhu never gets impatient with us. That is purely only available in sandbox mode, and I only use it because it just makes it easier to deal with sandbox. Because in this
It
mode,
makes it easy to deal with Cthulhu.
yeah, well, it's because otherwise he gets impatient, and if that reaches 0, you lose the game.
Yeah. She's never good.
No. We've got 3 unemployed people. One of them's been sacrificed already, so that's fine. Our finances are okay. Our resources, faith. If we add that in, that's 14, so we'll do that. It takes a while to carve. And then I'm going to let it go. I'm going to come back to that in about a minute. So we've now got a woodcutter. He's doing his job. They're woodcutting. We're generating wood. We're harvesting wood. So there's at least something going on right in this place. 30 seconds until that's done. The first thing we want to get is probably the storage. Alright. Actually, it's probably the clam collector, because we need food. I don't know if the ritual auto completes at the minute. It might not. So, okay. But yeah, it's very much it's just a city build like we were playing that dungeon game the other week that we played. Look, down in the great pit.
Goal being keep Cthulhu to destroy everyone instead of make everyone happy.
Look, Cthulhu's tentacles. He has collected his carving and given us faith. We use his favour. We use this to unlock shit. So, clam collector, because that lets us. That gives us food, basically. The ceremony hall is very important at this point, because that's where my favourite minigame comes from. The problem is that the higher tier buildings, higher tier buildings require, basically, the higher the tier of the building, some buildings require faith to build, basically, as well as normal resources. Example, the ceremony hall. Yeah. Got no homeless followers anymore. It looks like in this one I'm probably going to have to expand off and grab another island very quickly in this one. My goal is to conquer all the islands in this scenario, is what I've picked. Because I can pick a custom mission. I picked kill everyone. I picked destroy all the islands, conquer them all. In his name.
Conquer them all. Oh, why not?
Exactly.
I like this premise. I like this idea. I think it's very fun.
It's a nice premise. It's just, well, we're playing. Your job is to appease Cthulhu. That is your entire job. I can click that, in which case I don't have to tell it to do the ritual. It just does it automatically when it's carved, which is useful for when you want to do other stuff. Ah, yes, this is the little bit I like.
A marked child. That's the bit you like, a marked child. I mean, there's something psychotic in that, I think.
Calling him Zoth.
Zoth.
We got one homeless. As you place your hands on the child's forehead, you notice that your words, endless swarms of white worms begin to wriggle in its eyes. The insects shoot out forcibly into your open, surprised mouth, and then nothing. Open your eyes. A fully grown man stands before you, possessing a powerful physique and a writhing mark on his forehead, along with a smile that doesn't belong to him.
Because he's holding it in his hands.
We have okay, let's have a look at. Do I have anyone who wants to work here? No. But I do have someone who wants to work in the other place, which means I could fire one of these sheep shaggers. Because we don't need the Welsh in a building. And put one of them in London.
We are recorded, remember that.
I am fully aware, but I'm English, and anyone who's Welsh knows that we're going to call them. knows we're going to make that joke. True. I mean, just like they'll make jokes about the English, we'll make jokes about them. It's just kind of the way that the English and the Welsh are.
I mean, they try, but
the only joke they know is that just everyone speaks Welsh as soon as we walk in a building.
No, their big thing is, well, the English hate us. Well, yeah.
And what else do you expect? Look at all the tentacles.
We gave you a fantastic language and you made it into gibberish.
Now, I love Welsh people, but your language is gibberish to me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Got some fungus from my island. That must mean my island's a fun guy.
It's a fun guy.
But yeah. We're going to build this here. Once it's built, we're gonna have some set. We're gonna host a ceremony. This is the ceremony hall. This is where my favourite mechanic in this game comes into play. I'm gonna do trial. See this person, lumberjack? We're gonna go carve. We're gonna do something. So we're gonna look at the book of symbols. We want this symbol. We want this symbol. So we're gonna carve this.
I mean, that is a bit gross. Funny, but gross.
Oh yeah, I just love the mechanic because it's the whole idea that because you're playing a Cult of Cthulhu, you carve the symbols to turn someone's job profession.
Oh yeah, 100%. I get it. It's great.
Like there we go. That person's family that they used to love planting corn. They don't like corn anymore. They're lumberjacks now. Cthulhu has seen to that.
Lumberjack.
It's because if I put people in a building that so they need clams. They've got clams. They need cooked corn. They haven't got that yet. We haven't built the other stuff, unlocked the other stuff yet, but we can now unlock some stuff. So, unlock the Elder Temple, and that. Which now we've also unlocked the ability to get the the further down stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have got what we needed, which is we can now get corn plantations and cooked corn, and we can build this. Which if we build this,
the lumberjack family are like, "Are you kidding me? We've got corn now. Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. What? After all that carving into my daughter's back to turn us into a lumber family? Yeah. And also, let's begin this ceremony because I don't want. Oh. You, and you. Hello there, Drusilla Dagon. I set fire to the three people. Cthulhu liked that. But yeah, we can also just enter the hall at any point. I can't leave it. Like I can't wander around my village, but I can enter the hall at any point and use it to look at the village.
Yeah.
Look at my village. They are so pathetic. Don't they know that their lives are only worth to the great Cthulhu? Their only worth is in their sacrifice for the almighty gods. God, that's a giant goat's head. But yeah, this game is very much it's a city builder, but I like that they have done it really well. Like they've done the mechanics in this game really well. Because you are having to manage, what you do.
Yeah.
Right now I'm doing this. This is carving this. Carve that one, just because it gets me more stuff. But, yeah. I need more faith to get some of these buildings. It's the issue. I can't get the clan building without him. I need food. So I might have enough food to feed everyone at the minute, but I don't have. But I don't have enough faith. It's favour.
How sad.
I know, right?
Just not enough faith.
Gotta have faith.
Cthulhu.
Well, we've got enough faith. We're generating faith. Like that's
There's
main
no need to talk for us. We're singing.
Gotta have faith.
No.
Yeah, but have faith, man. You must have faith in the great old one. If you don't have faith in him, then I shall sacrifice you.
We just don't need the song.
I'm afraid you need the song, Jax.
We've been tortured enough. We've sacrificed too much already for your singing to be needed.
My singing is wonderful. It is a gift from the great God himself.
Well, okay.
I'm entirely joking at that point. By this,
It's not. That's the worst part.
I am. I'm a terrible singer. What are you on about?
But luckily, fantastic, absolutely fantastic at impressions.
I know I'm amazing at impressions. They all turn into mildly racist characters. By accident.
Mildly isn't the term I would use.
Look. The Welsh impression was one time, Jax. It was one time. Might have been one time too many, but yes, you can carve other icons. Obviously, as you go through the game, you unlock more stuff to use to carve icons. Like
Yeah.
each one worth like a different basic faith amount, as you can see from that. That's worth that much faith to start with. That's the highest tier icon you can craft, which means like all the end game stuff to craft it. The weird thing is, once you're able to craft the end game stuff, because I will show another save in a minute in this video of my higher tier city that's set up, like with most of the islands under its control. But like when you're in an end game tier, like the end game stuff is produced really quickly. Like it isn't actually that hard to get it once you start producing it, but it's probably because you already have at that point the infrastructure of everything already in place.
Mm-hmm. There is an element to that, actually. Yeah, that's like a lot with a lot of these games. Once you've certain key things pre-built and ready, it's actually kind of a cakewalk. And then if you ever try and play it slightly nerfed from that, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, you start a new city and you're like, oh wow, I did not remember how hard this was at the start.
Yeah.
Well, we got another scenario. Room woman disappears in the woods. The search party finds her with a visible late-term pregnancy belly sticking out impossible, as she was just bare just days before. She yells that she was bestowed with the gift of the gods and cradles her overgrown pale green and oddly twitching belly.
Sound good.
The woman's births a healthy and normal-looking son, but the next day she disappears again into the woods, leaving her offspring behind. He grows as fast as her pregnancy, his smile full of pointed teeth and a faint smell of decay, never uttering a word, silently obeying commands. We have been blessed by one of Cthulhu's chosen. Don't you see, Jax? The Lord Cthulhu blesses us with his chosen.
I mean, I can see something's happening.
Ah. We're running out of robe. Well, of course I'm running out of robe. I don't have any way of producing more robes without sheep yet. I'm tearing down these houses to get as much planks as possible right now. Just because if I can get enough to build an elder this temple here, if I build it there, you see all the houses that are in range of it?
Yeah.
So if I build it there, all the houses are in range. It'll make their zeal go up, which in turn will make them work faster, basically, in here.
Makes sense.
So it's just kind of like the mechanic. It's basically, you know, fulfill their needs. The more needs you fulfill, the better off your people are. This island will not be my population island. The problem is you do have to move your population between islands. So you need to move pop between different islands to, you know, generate, for them to gather resources. The advantage you have is that, I'm remembering correctly, resources are global, so I can turn one island into like my woodcutting island and just have, you know, woodcutters live there, and that's it, and everyone there just cuts wood. See, I can do this, and I can assign the 2 people doing nothing to the Elder Temple, and that generates fanaticism. Fanaticism unlocks special abilities as you go through. You get like different decrees, awakening. So, I'm gonna, before we end this video, I'm gonna save this save here again. Okay. Overwrite the save, could create.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna then load a game. We're gonna load. This is my last save. Yep, we're gonna load this. This is my save. My other on the other map. The other big major map. I'm gonna sandbox map. I'm gonna load up that save, and we'll see what my other cities look like. Because in this map, I have every island conquered. I haven't set a goal for this one. I was just playing this as testing out all the features. Remember, O High Priest, follows this being chosen sacrifice, it is but the spasm of the greatest joy. Do you remember that, Jax?
Sounds familiar to me.
It is but the spasms of your greatest joy if you forego being sacrificed. So, this is Eldritch Reach Island. This is my main city. This has dropped into considerable in frame rate. This is a smeltery. Currently not doing anything because I have no fucking... Now it's perfect again. So, the smeltery smelts... forgot what that is. I know. Yeah. Iron's iron. Iron is then taken to the blast furnace, where it is mixed with coal to make steel. That is then smelted at the smeltery. And this is sheep farms. Yeah. This is my followers thing. Carve. This is my actual begin ritual sacrificial altar. As you can see, some of the higher tier ones are actually easy to pull off. Carve that effigy. So we have more than just one grand altar. We have the Ascension altar, which is on another island. We have to go find the Essential island. 1 minute. Go away. So this is my Ascension island.
Yeah.
This generates fungus, basically, which we use to ascend people. Basically, you drug them to get them from tier 1 to tier 2. And then there is my Festival altar, which is on another island. Oh yes, I've taken out... Oh yes! Do you like my Azatha? My giant freaking horror. Yeah, the other islands in this one are not the best. There are 2 islands that are apparently locked because they aren't actually islands in this map. Or at least they weren't at the time of me playing this map. They might be now if I restarted it. But this was the yellow signs I main Fourth Island. Where's the fertility altar? I've lost it. Oh, it's there. And this is the festival altar, which is useful for... Oh yeah, calling on the wrath of the mother or the love of the mother. But yeah. This is... Oh yes, this is my other Ayugathar. The other type of horror. I have there's 3 types of horror.
Oh, that one looks quite cute though.
I want this one. This is the trail of dead ships that I have totally not murdered repeatedly. Oh, and let's have a look at my decrees. With 2 homeless followers on an island at the minute. So, we have got Feast. We got 1,000 in faith, but you lose all resources. We initiate follow, generate more faith, but consume more resources. We've got, yeah, these are like the bonuses you get as you go through the game. Basically, you unlock them as your followers generate more faith. So the higher your faith generation, the more you can get. So I got this one because the Elder Temple doesn't generate fanaticism anymore. So it doesn't like increase, but its range was doubled. So basically, it means I have to build less Elder Temples, basically. That one makes ceremonies do quicker. Yeah, so that's the range of death. I could make my cemeteries like have a longer reach, but they don't generate fanaticism anymore, which is kind of, I need it, if that makes sense. The same with that. I can make the cathedrals that I can build like have a longer range, but again, they don't generate fanaticism.
The bit you actually need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll proclaim that, the emerging hunger. Proclaim that worthy shall feed with no restraint. Basically, my tier 3 people, they generate more faith, but they require more resources to stay alive. Like this is a library. That's the re-educator. This is basically for any captives I have. Like I currently have 59 captives. I can put a bunch through this, and then it turns them into followers afterwards. Basically, I can generate more followers from people I've taken. This one's the idol carver. But yeah, this is the cemetery building. Anyone assigned to it generates fanaticism, so it's kind of like, okay, you don't have a job, go work in the cemetery. That now generates fanaticism, which lets me get to tier to this. Once you get to level, so also you may notice because my cult is currently at zealotry. If you look around the city and stuff, there's this. Them walking around with like effigies and stuff to Cthulhu and everything.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I do like, once again, the idea of actually building a
working cult,
a cult too. Yeah, a working cult village. I think it's quite funny. Hey, look, once again, I mean, we have. I mean, we say this. I say this every episode. We have been very lucky with the actual look of some of these games.
Oh yeah, this is not a bad looking game either. It's not amazing graphics wise. I'm not going to lie and say it's like the best because this is on the highest graphics setting. But it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, but style wise, it looks pretty good.
That's what, yeah. It doesn't need to be amazing graphically, but its style suits it so well. Like it's stylized that it fits and suits the whole place, like the way the game works. Like I love the design of the houses and the hovels and how they go from like the houses that are there. I don't know if I have any tier 2 ones over here. I've got loads of unemployed on this island, I will admit, because this island doesn't have a lot of like that. That's the house when it's upgraded to tier 2. He doesn't have everything to upgrade to tier 3, but you know, you get the idea. I can't find. I don't know where I have got tier 3 houses somewhere.
They're tucked away in the good part of the neighbourhood.
Not the good part of the neighbourhood. They're just tucked away randomly. Actually, a lot of them. Because it's so. For example, someone whose aspiration is to say be a lumberjack. There's no point ascending them because if you do, they can't work in the in the sawmill anymore.
Yeah.
So
you need them to work.
Yeah. If I example, I put him instead. He's lumberjack. That makes more sense for him to work there because that way that's got higher production values. But if someone like say the Cassidys, this one. Here, they want to work as a pasta press. A pasta press is where it's not a basic good; it's an advanced good. Is like a tier 3 building, so it needs tier 3 workers. So it makes more sense for a tier 3, to upgrade that family to tier 3. Like. If I go to my followers tab, where it is, go on there. Let's go to followers a minute. Go to disciples. Most of my islands don't have many disciples on them because most of the buildings I have at the minute don't need disciples. They just need acolytes and just so we don't have the higher tier followers. But yeah, this game been really fun. Like, there's storage shacks everywhere. There's like this place here is just like 3 corn plantations that are just there to cook corn, so that corn cooks corn. The corn cooks the corn and makes more food. That's the whole point of this area over here. That's it. And there's chicken farm, pig farms over here that are literally just to work together to... Because that just needs... The bedclothes place needs sheep and chickens. So the chicken farm's over here, so it's just close to it. And then the sheep farm isn't because the sheep farms, I already have loads of them. So... But yeah, there's a tier 3 house there. That's the tier 3 house person. Because the bedclothes building needs tier 3 workers. And that's the thing they look like, tier 3. That's the thing with this though, it's like, yeah, cool, this is just genuinely a cool game. It's a city builder. It's like Anno, and I like the Anno series. Oh, yeah, this is how I summon horrors. Oh, the reason I have no disciples is I kept sacrificing them because in order to summon certain horrors, now I have to sacrifice horrors.
When you want the big ones, you have to get rid of the smaller ones.
Well, it's more that so as you sacrifice people to summon a horror, eventually to summon that horror again, you need to sacrifice the higher tier workers. It's like it's a sliding scale of like early game you can summon cheap horrors without much issue. late game you've got to spend more resources just to get the basic horrors because you've summoned too many of them. But I like this. This thing can't move after it deploys, so it has only one purpose. But yeah. I'll put this here and then I'm going to transform it. Yeah. All it's doing is just sitting there and just tanking the damage. It heals itself when it's out of combat. But yeah. They've added a new nice mode into the the ceremony hall, wherever I've put one. So
it's the carving up people's backs that I find funny. What I do.
but it's fair that you can just do stuff like this. If you know what I mean. But yeah, this is a very fun game. This city I've not really done much to thingy it and get it sort it out more from what it is. I need to come back. I want to restart this because I've added new features and new stuff that I can't access at the minute on this map. They've done a bunch of changes to it, so I need to redo it. But
I think this could easily become a background game for one of the podcast episodes.
Oh yeah, it's the kind of games it is. These are just relaxing games you can sit back and play. Because you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to. You don't have to focus on anything. Like this is my first field corn plantations I built. It shows how different you can make them. Like you can just straight up.
Yeah.
Because you place the fields one at a time, so you can make them in different rows. And it's I like it because it's really fun the way you generate them. This place has no workers. Assign a blacksmith. Cool. Now that's producing God's nails. But I will bid everyone adieu for today. We are for this shorter episode. I apologise for, but there's not, unfortunately, because it's a city building game. It's still an early access. There's not a lot to it. We may revisit it later when it's finished and go through a bit of the story and learn a bit more of that. But for now, I will say goodbye and. You can say goodbye, Jax, and we'll come back. But this is definitely a game that you may see more of in the podcast in the background.